Hey guys, Cloud of Truth here with another Battlefield 3 Close Quarters Weapon Review, and today I'm going to be covering the Scar L for the Assault class, but I am playing in colorblind mode in case you didn't tell by the colors on the screen. I've been going back and forth, and really it's just a matter of personal preference. Some days I like the colorblind mode colors better than the normal ones, but I mean, it has no effect in your game, so I mean, unless for some reason you are, if you are colorblind, then yes, it probably will make a difference for you. But if you are, you see fine, there's no real need to go back and forth unless you just like the colors, which some days I do, so that's why you'll see me sometimes playing in colorblind, sometimes in normal mode, but it really has no effect on your game at all. So when I first unlocked the Scar L, I was very excited because it really is kind of, for me, the big brother of the Scar H and the Engineer class, which I was, happy with using, but at the same time I was disappointed with just because I thought the damage wasn't high enough. But this is an assault rifle, holds 10 more rounds, and so I figured it would probably be a normal damage stats, and yes it is. But I'm disappointed that it's for the Close Quarters DLC that you use this weapon. I almost would rather see the L85 take place of the Scar and have the Scar L in the Back to Karkand assignments, just because the Scar L is a ranged weapon. It is not made for these maps whatsoever. The L85, you can kind of make do with it in Close Quarters. The Scar L, for me, is just yikes. I mean, it really struggles on these maps. Operation 925 is where I found the Scar L has its best success, just because there are those kind of long corridor areas that allow for medium range engagements, and that's where this weapon really shines and where it really does its best is medium range. So this is the map I've had the most success on when using the Scar L. But if you're using it on other maps and having great success, then by all means keep using it. But if you really want to play close quarters maps but use the Scar L, the Operation 925 map is the one I've had the most success on. So give it a shot if you are struggling but really want to play in close quarters maps with this weapon, because this is the map I have had my most success on when playing with the Scar L. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the stats of the Scar L and figure out why, for me, this weapon is just flat out amazing. Scar L fires at 620 rounds a minute, which is very slow in the Assault class. The AN94 on full auto at 600 rounds fires slower, as well as the G3A3 at 550. The max damage on this gun will be 25 out to 8 meters with a minimum of 18.4 at 50 meters. It will reload in 2.5 seconds while you still have a bullet chambered, and 3.1 seconds while your magazine is completely dry. And that's kind of medium in the Assault class. There's some weapons like the M416 and the M16A3 that reload faster, but then there's weapons like the AEK971 and the F2000 that reload slower. So Scar L is kind of in the middle category as far as its reload speed. Now, the Scar L has got one big thing going for it, and that is the recoil. It's got some of the most balanced recoil almost in the game. It's got a 0.2 vertical recoil, very low vertical recoil, easy to control, and a 0.225 pull left and a 0.225 pull right. Wonderful, wonderful recoil stats. I mean, that's great to see if you want to use this weapon. Very, very balanced recoil, very easy to control, and you know where it's going. It's not going to flare out like the I'm comparing it to an MTAR here just because the recoil is so heavy on that, because it is similar to the M16A3, but you saw me doing the MTAR review, it'd kick up and to the right, and the M16 is the same thing, but it's not going to flare out real hard to one side or the other. It's going to be very balanced, and you know where the shots are going to go, even on full auto where the gun's going to go, so it makes it very, very wonderful to use this weapon just because the recoil is so low. And because the recoil is so low, I find myself not needing almost any kind of recoil decreaser as far as the attachments go. Foregrip is kind of a toss-up. You can use the foregrip if you want. You'll see me later on a couple clips on Sharky Peninsula. I am using the foregrip, but the flash suppressor, no way. I mean, you do not need the flash suppressor on this weapon at all. The heavy barrel is the way to go with this weapon. Very, very low vertical recoil, and the flash suppressor really is not needed at all. You can use a normal suppressor if you want, but the Scar L is a ranged weapon, and the suppressor really decreases your range, so that is why I would not use the normal suppressor unless you want to play in close quarters maps and really be stealthy with this gun. But overall, the Scar L, fantastic weapon at range, possibly one of the best. I think it even challenges the incredibly accurate AN94 and might even beat the AN94. I don't know. I've outsniped some snipers with this gun before. It is just so incredibly accurate, and it is a wonderful weapon to use at range because it is so unbelievably accurate. I mean, I can't stress that enough. This weapon is so accurate that it just really seems like it drops guys quicker than other assault rifles, but that's just, once again, the accuracy of this gun. Fantastic gun to use. I would encourage you to not use it on close quarters maps because that is not where this gun shines. But take it out on some other maps. We can see Sharkey Peninsula, even other maps. If you want to run Assault on like Gulf of Oman, is a great map to use the Scar H on. So I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Leave me your thoughts about the Scar H below in the comment section. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day, guys. Bye.